What if the man meant to save millions was once left to die alone? What if the voice of God came not from a throne room, but from a burning bush in the middle of nowhere? This is not just a story from the past. This is the story of Moses, the man God chose before he even knew his own name. Egypt, one of the most powerful empires in the ancient world. Pharaoh ruled with an iron fist, and he was afraid of the Hebrew slaves growing too strong, too many. So he gave the most ruthless command a king had ever given. Every Hebrew baby boy must be thrown into the Nile. In the middle of this terror, a mother refused to give up. She hid her son for 3 months, but the day came when she could hide him no longer. So she did something only a desperate, faithful mother could do. She placed her baby in a basket and let the river decide. That baby's name was Moses, but God was already watching. Pharaoh's own daughter came to bathe in the Nile that day. She heard the cry, she opened the basket, and instead of following her father's orders, she chose compassion. The boy who was supposed to die was now raised inside the palace. The enemy's house became his home. Moses grew up with everything: wealth, power, privilege. But deep inside, he knew he was different. He knew the people suffering in the streets were his people. One day he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave. Something broke inside him. He looked around. No one was watching. And he acted. He killed the Egyptian and buried him in the sand. But secrets never stay buried. The next day, his own people turned against him. "Are you going to kill us too?" they asked. And Pharaoh heard what Moses had done. The prince of Egypt, now a fugitive. Moses ran from the most powerful palace in the world to the middle of a desert, alone, forgotten, finished, or so he thought. Midian, a quiet, dry, forgotten place. Moses became a shepherd, tending someone else's flock. 40 years passed. The man who once had armies at his command now followed sheep. This is the part of the story most people skip, but God doesn't waste desert seasons. In the silence, Moses was being prepared. His pride was being stripped away. His patience was being built. His dependence on God was being formed, because the mission that was coming required a man who had nothing left to prove. One ordinary day on Mount Horeb, Moses saw something that stopped him completely: a bush on fire. But it wasn't burning up. The fire kept going. The bush remained. He moved closer, and then a voice. "Moses, Moses, take off your sandals. The ground you are standing on is holy." Moses hid his face. He was terrified. God spoke, "I have seen the suffering of my people in Egypt. I have heard their cries, and I am sending you to set them free." Moses, the forgotten shepherd, the failed prince, looked up. "Who am I?" he asked. "Why would they listen to me?" God's answer was simple and absolute. "I will be with you." 4 words, that was enough. Moses returned to Egypt, the place he had fled in shame. This time, he walked straight into Pharaoh's throne room. "Let my people go." Pharaoh laughed. What followed were 10 plagues, each one more devastating than the last. Water turned to blood. Frogs covered the land. Darkness swallowed Egypt for 3 days. Every time Pharaoh hardened his heart. Every time God showed his power. Until the final plague, the one that broke the most powerful ruler in the world. And Pharaoh finally said the words Moses had been waiting for. "Go, take your people, leave." Over 2 million people walked out of 400 years of slavery in one night. But freedom was not finished yet. The Egyptian army came roaring behind them. In front, the Red Sea. No way forward, no way back. The people panicked. They screamed at Moses, "Why did you bring us here to die?" Moses lifted his staff. The wind began to blow. The waters pulled back. A path opened through the middle of the sea. 2 million people walked through on dry ground. When the last Hebrew crossed over, Moses turned. The waters came
We are
crashing
sinking in the
back.
mud.
The
Follow
army was
horses.
gone.
We
The
cannot
chains
move.
were gone.
We are
Egypt
the sea
was
is
gone.
closing.
They
Turn
were
back.
free. Moses didn't start as a hero. He started as a baby in a basket, a failed prince, a desert wanderer, a man full of doubts. But God didn't choose him because he was perfect. God chose him because he was available. Whatever desert you're in right now, God hasn't forgotten you. He's still preparing you. Your burning bush moment is coming. Like this video if God's timing has ever surprised you. Subscribe for more powerful Bible stories and comment below which part of Moses' story hit you the most.